Witnesses say it sounded like the 4th of July as a massive manhunt for a killer comes to a violent end. 30-year-old Wayne Cheney, wanted for murdering his estranged wife, is killed by police.
You know he didn't have any respect for his wife, so obviously he shot on the police, and I think the police officers did a great job.
Good evening, I'm Robert Jordan.
And I'm Roseanne Tejas. Police were answering a call of a disturbance when they unsuspectingly ran into Cheney waiting outside his brother's apartment. They asked what he was doing and were greeted by gunfire. Police dodged bullets after trapping Cheney in the vestibule of an apartment building in unincorporated Arlington Heights. A neighbor captures the gun battle on home video. Cheney ignores the order and shoots 2 police officers. Police say he had 70 rounds of ammunition in a bag around his waist. The shootout goes on for 10 minutes before he is fatally shot. At the time, the officers have no idea that the gunman is Wayne Cheney.
At this time, they never recognized Cheney because they never knew that Cheney was in the area. Obviously, they were there looking for a street disturbance, that there was a fight in the area.
The gun battle actually started in this apartment building when Cheney pulled a gun and started firing at officers. They chased him across the parking lot and into the vestibule of this other building as terrified residents watched from their windows.
Police officer got behind this tree here and was pow, 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 you know, returning fire. Cheney was kicking open the door, returning fire with his 9mm.
I stayed low. I got the dogs into the other room and I stayed on the ground. When it all ended, the police came in. There were 3 bullet holes in our dining room, had gone straight through 2 walls, and bullets on the floor.
I'm just glad the police officers were all over it because he was trapped here and he couldn't get through our safety door, but if they hadn't gotten here quickly enough, he could have gone through the safety door and gotten into my apartment.
Cook County Sheriff's Police Officer Daniel Marshall, 45, is back at home now after being shot in the chest but saved by a bulletproof vest. Rookie Robert Arrigo, who's 25, was seriously injured with shots to both legs. The family of 26-year-old Connie Cheney says the officers helped put an end to a terrible ordeal. They'd been under police protection since Connie's murder.
Living hell. It's very strenuous, very stressful. You know, we had all the family members cramped in cramped in some quarters for long periods of time without the freedom to go anywhere, without the freedom to do anything, without having police escorts and without looking over your back. It's very, very difficult.
I feel, if it's happy, and then I feel really sad that this has all come about. And it's really going to hit me later. Connie was just getting ahead in life, getting away from Wayne. And she was very happy.
The Krausers say they're looking forward to the return of Connie's 3-year-old son, Max, who's been in protective custody since his mother's death. And Officer Arrigo remains hospitalized tonight in serious condition. Bob?
Chicago police believe a low-grade irritant may be responsible for making as many as 31
police officers that gunned him down 2 weeks ago at an apartment complex near Palatine. For the first time, those officers are telling their story exclusively to Channel 2's John Davis. He's here now with more.
Well, Lester, Cook County Sheriff Michael Sheehan passed out awards today for those workers in his department who've shown the highest manner of professionalism. Among those singled out were 4 officers who risked their lives in a recent gun battle with accused killer Wayne Cheney. For one brief moment, they faced fear and stared it down.
At the time when he started shooting, I thought that he was going to kill me.
Cook County Sheriff's Police Officer Paul Cagle was out for his first night alone in his squad car on routine patrol when he came face-to-face with fugitive killer Wayne Thomas Cheney.
All of a sudden, we all saw a gun, we yelled gun, we tried to get out of the way, and he shot Officer Marshall in the chest.
Rookie Officer Mark Carraday could not believe what was happening when Cheney drew his gun and fired on the unsuspecting officers.
Oh, yeah, I knew I'd been hit. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Veteran Officer Daniel Marshall was the first to be shot by Cheney. A bulletproof vest saved his life after he took a direct blast to his chest.
As Cheney ran past me, he opened up on Arrigo, on Bobby. And Bobby returned fire, but he'd already been hit.
Sheriff's Police Officer Robert Arrigo was shot in both legs by Cheney. He continues to recover in a local hospital tonight. The officers arrived at the Country Glen apartment complex on March 27th on a routine disturbance call.
When we went to the apartment complex, we went to the initial address we're supposed to go to, and we didn't see anybody there.
After entering the apartment vestibule, they approached a man wearing a hood that covered part of his face. The officers had no idea that it was Wayne Cheney. the fugitive who gunned down his estranged wife, Connie, and who vowed to kill any policeman who tried to take him alive.
We didn't expect him to be there. The intelligence that we'd had, he was supposed to be in the Displays area, and I had no idea that it was him.
I seen the flash from the gunshot, and I seen Officer Marshall go down, you know. There was just no time to think. We just had to get out of the way.
A lot of it was just instinct, you know, and, you know, I just thank God that nobody else was hurt, you know, civilians or anything, and, you know, I think it turned out the best as far as it could have.
Wayne Cheney was killed in that shootout. 2 officers were wounded, but none died. Before the shootout with Wayne Cheney, Officer Paul Cagle says he never wore a bulletproof vest. He now wears one every single day. Lester?
John, thank you. Now the story of a veteran Chicago cop who went bad.
Bullets. For the first time, the officers who gunned him down are telling their story. The officers say they had no idea they were going to find Cheney in an apartment building lobby when they arrived at the complex to answer a call about a disturbance. But inside was Wayne Cheney, wanted for the murder of his estranged wife. The officers say Cheney vowed that he would not be taken alive.
At the time when he started shooting, I thought that he was going to kill me. You know, and I just thought about getting out of the line of fire.
All of a sudden, we all saw a gun, we yelled gun, we tried to get out of the way, and he shot Officer Marshall in the chest.
I knew I'd been hit. Yeah, no doubt about that. As Cheney ran past me, he opened up on Arrigo, on Bobby.
Officer Robert Arrigo was shot in both legs. He and his fellow officers returned fire, killing Cheney. The officers say they aren't quite sure how they survived the attack.
A lot of it was just instinct, you know, and, you know, I just thank God that nobody else was hurt, you know, civilians or anything.
Tonight, the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department is honoring the officers for their bravery.
His walk was slow, his shoulders hunched, not exactly the picture of a mob strongman.